TikTok is making people rich. This faceless TikTok page is earning thousands of dollars every single month, and they only started just over a year ago. Their videos get millions of views and are actively going viral, so this niche still has loads of potential. We have some catching up to do. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can start your own faceless TikTok page using this method. If you watch this video to the end, you'll have all the knowledge needed to start your own TikTok automation business. We're going to do everything from creating the script, creating voiceover, generating AI images, and much more. By the end of this video, you will literally be an expert in TikTok. To prove it, here's a video that I was able to create in no time.
Once upon a time in a small village, there lived 6 blind men who were curious about the world. They often heard stories of an animal called an elephant, but had no idea what it looked like. One day, a kind villager brought an elephant to the village, allowing the blind men to touch it and understand.
Okay, so there's 4 parts to creating this content. And if you watch to the end, I'll be revealing my #1 secret on how I was able to grow TikTok pages to hundreds of thousands of followers. Okay, no more talking. Let's get to work. Now, as you many know, the TikTok Creativity Program is only available in a few select regions. To get around this, I have accounts in this video's description that let you access the program from anywhere. Also in this video's description is a Google Doc full of everything that we're going to use in this video. Head to it and open it up. The first thing we need to do is to generate the script. Head to ChatGPT and start by asking the AI for 10 ideas for wisdom stories that I could use for TikTok. I'll leave all the prompts in the Google Doc. As you can see, ChatGPT has given us ideas, and I think I'll go with this one about the elephant and the blind man. So copy the prompt, paste it back into the AI, and I'll now ask it to write me a 1,000-character story about this. It's actually mind-blowing that we can do this in seconds, and I'll skip to when the AI is done. As you can see, the AI has left us with the full story, and I think it looks really good. Now, the next thing we need to do is really quickly generate voiceover. In order to do this, copy over your script and head to ElevenLabs using the link in the Google Doc. Once you're here, you firstly want to hit this drop-down and select a voice. I've gone with quite a deep voice as I think it's fitting for this niche. With your voice selected, hit the text box and paste in the scripts that we got from ChatGPT. If you're happy with it, hit Generate Speech and download it when it's done. We now need to edit the voiceover. Head to Cap and create a new project. You want to start by importing our voiceover. Now drag your voiceover onto the timeline and position it like this. With it in place, we now want to zoom in on these gaps of dead air. Cut isn't perfect, and it often leaves gaps of dead air like this, don't worry. These are really easy to remove. You just need to repeat this process for your entire voiceover. Yeah, it's a little bit boring, but it's absolutely worth it to get a viral video. Alright guys, we've already done 2 of the 4 steps. We're making good progress, so stick with me now. We now want to generate the visuals for our video. Swing back to ChatGPT, and I'm now going to ask the AI to generate Leonardo image prompts for every single part of the video. This is so we can literally instantly turn our script into a video. Once again guys, these problems will be in the Google Doc. As you can see, the AI has left us with a bunch of image prompts to use. Now, in order to use these, we want to head to Leonardo using the link in the Google Doc. Once you're on this page, go ahead and hit image creation in the middle of the screen. On the next page, we now need to change a few settings, so listen up. The first thing that I'll do is change the image generation model to lifelike vision. This one is really good, and it will help us generate really realistic photos of our story. With that done, head just below and change the generation quality to the highest setting that you can. This will stop our images from being pixelated. Now, the next thing you want to do is hit this more button here and then select the TikTok ratio. This will make sure our videos are in the perfect resolution for TikTok. Now, if you guys only want to generate 1 image at the time to save your credits, then you need to head to the top right and toggle on this switch that says Legacy Mode. What this does is it now lets you generate 1 image at a time, as you can see here. With our settings done, we want to paste in the first image problem that we got from ChatGPT. Once it's in place, hit Generate. I'll now skip to when our first image is created. Don't get too carried away, as we now need to change more settings. As you can see, the AI has left us with a really cool image, so we need to make sure all our images are like this. Hover over the image and hit this button with the 2 arrows that says Use as Image Guided Input. On the next page, you want to click the option in the top right that says Style Reference. Once you've clicked it, carry on copying over all your prompts from GBT. Remember, paste them in and hit Generate. I'll skip to when all my images are done. As you can now see, the AI has left me with some amazing images, and I think they look really good. What you want to do now is select all your images that you're going to use, and then download them all so we can move it to the next step. It's now time to edit our video. Just before, I want to talk about my school community. If you guys aren't really getting anywhere with TikTok, and you really want to genuinely turn this into a business, then join my school community. We have a filled TikTok guide, which contains everything you need to go viral on TikTok. Link in the description. Alright guys, let's edit the video. Swing back to CapCut, and you want to now import everything that we just gathered. Now I'm going to find my first image and drag it onto the timeline like so. Once it's in place, you want to edit the duration so that it matches with the voiceover on the timeline. So I just need to drag it out a little bit further. Now that we're here, I'm going to show you how to make these images move. As my first bit of voiceover describes the men in the village, I'm going to make the image zoom in and then pan across all the men. To do this, position your cursor right at the start of your image. You now want to head to the top right and click this diamond option here to create a keyframe. Now you can see on my timeline that a keyframe has been created. Now I'm going to drag my cursor part of the way into the video, and then I'm going to head to the top right and zoom and position my image in a bit. You can now see on my timeline the second keyframe has been created. Finally, I'll put my cursor near the end and drag my image over to the right. With this done, it will leave us with this zoom effect that you can see here. I really like the look of it, so I'm going to repeat it for our next image. Trust me guys, these keyframes can make all the difference to your video. With our third image, I will show you an alternate way to make our images move. Once it's in place and you've adjusted the duration correctly, you want to select it and hit animation in the top right. Once you're on here, you want to hit combo and click on many different animations until you find one you like. Alright guys, those are the two ways to animate your images. You now need to drag in all your images and give them all the animation until your timeline is done and you've reached the end of your voiceover. With the images done, we can now add some captions to our video. Head to text in the top right, select auto captions, and hit generate. This will take some time, but you should be left with some captions that look like this. The first thing we want to do is highlight them all and head to templates in the top right. Once you click templates, you want to find one that reveals the words one by one. Once you have one, click on it. We now need to drag the captions to the middle of our screen. That's our captions done. Let's now add some effects to our video. Head to effects in the top right of CapCut. As our image is in some hot village, I want to add the effect of the sun. I'm going to search for sun and drag one onto my timeline. Once it's in place, head to the top right, and I'm going to lower the atmosphere just a little bit. Okay guys, I'll fast forward this bit, but I'm going to add an effect for every single image in our video. Now try not to make your effects too vibrant, as otherwise I'll get distracting, but you do want an effect on every single bit of your video. It's now time for the last step of the video. Head to adjustment in the top left and add a custom adjustment to your track. Once it's in place, drag it out last the entire video. Once you've done that, head to the top right and scroll down and start by increasing the saturation to about 10. Once you've done that, scroll down again and change the vignette to a value of around 20. Video is now done, so export it. That's all for today's video. Remember to join my school community if you really want to take TikTok seriously. Bye.